Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Omnifactory here on my channel. Let us throw back on our armor. So today, what do we have going on? Well, last time, a quick recap, we made this cool assembly line that got us a ton of stuff automated. And now that that's been filled up nice and good, we got 8 stacks of everything that's making. I also continue to let our deep mob simulation chamber, right? Just the simulation chamber from deep mob learning, just run like overnight with like 2 stacks of polymer clay. And that got us 17 pristine zombie matter, and it leveled up our card. It ran 132 times, and that got it from a 5% chance of getting one of these to a 10% chance every time. Because that's the thing about these models is that each time you get a kill, there's a certain like tier you can go up, and you can get a higher chance of getting this pristine matter. And the pristine matter, if we look, is what actually can get us the loot. In this case, like we could automate iron with it, right? So that's going to be something we're going to want to do right away. And to get that, well, to make that more sustainable, we're going to want to be able to cash in the loot, which I think is maybe something I'll want to get going right away here. So we set up the stuff we need for this last time, because in order to make these circuits, we're going to need to make diodes, and a diode requires this gallium, as well as some fine tin wire. So let's get that done real quick. Oops. Good thing we can't turn buckets into wire. Alright, so we're going to get the fine tin wire going, and over here, I did get, yeah, so I basically... all I have to do is throw tin ore in here. It's going to get pulverized up. Throw it through a second time. Tin ore comes in here, and we get the... or sorry, not tin, but splafferite. Tin would work as well. Splafferite, though, gets centrifuged to get the actual... like, the dirty stuff becomes gallium, and this clean stuff. So, let us take, like, 8 or so of that, I think is what... oh, well, I guess we're going to have to take it all. For now, I'm gonna, until I have like reason not to, I'm gonna leave most of it in that machine though. I don't think we're gonna need to centrifuge much else at the moment. What else did we need? Oops, for diode. Glass panes, okay. That is very manageable. Okay, we're gonna need more glass in there though. And we have some sand there, but this is why we wanted to have drawers of sand just ready to go. Only thing we're not doing is auto smelting that quite yet. So that's going to take a second. And then as a plan of action, I want to get this loot fabricator made. It's going to take 2 of these first tier 2 circuits. So this is the first time we're making a higher tier circuit. It's quite a lot. 4 of these, and it needs 2 of them. So we're going to need 8 primitive circuits total. And I think I might as well get started on that in the meantime. We're going to need some more of this copper wired up. Then we're going to need wrought iron plates in good quantity, which we have, but, you know, can't have too many of these, it appears. Put these in there, made those for a different reason. So that's going. What else do we need for the tier 2 circuit? Then if I don't have enough pulverized coal, it doesn't look like, oh yeah, I do. We'll get some more paper in there. Yep. Can fill this back in. Probably could just like void it or something, but anyway. I think that's enough of that, and then we're gonna need the vacuum tube, which is gonna require more of the glass, which we're currently waiting on. So let's make the diodes first real quick. $16 diodes with what we had. I think that's pretty good. Okay, make all those. Make a bunch of these. We're going to run out of copper wire, as expected. Oh, and we're going to need some of that red alloy wire, huh? I don't think that's enough to make 8, but we'll see. It could be actually the exact amount to make 8. It's very possible. Put this back in, try to make more vacuum tubes, and let's just see. And then the wrought iron plates as well, which are in my freaking hand. Come on. 6. And then we ran out of, not the wire. We do have just enough of that. Vacuum tubes? It appears we ran out of vacuum tubes. So that is simple enough. There's some more of this. Some of those. And then out of copper wire once again. Copper wire is the only one, man. It's like we can't make wires fast enough, I swear. Before we go run out of it every time. Okay. Let's try that. Okay, that'll be enough to get these for now. We can get more later. So we have those. We have diodes, and then what else is required? More red alloy cables. Yep, and plates. So this is one we'll want to teach to this somewhere. Yeah, copper wire is no longer a recipe we need, so we can clear that one out in place of. So we'll lock that in, and then we'll lock in that, and we'll just need 2 more. We'll need the red alloy cables, which we have the copper for. We have the redstone for. Okay, we're not doing it so bad in that regard. When this is all done, we'll keep the copper coming in, because like I said, it's just like, can't process it fast enough. Throw some of this in here. Take the first 4 I get out and just, yep. Coat them in rubber. Bring them over to this workstation, workbench. And that is 2 primitive processors. Our first 2, in fact. And that should be several quests, like ringing in my ears. Why isn't it? Oh, because I need to actually hold the splafferite before all these quests come in. Let's take the splafferite out. Alright, thank you, quest. Thank you. Bam, and that's going to open up a pretty big world of possibilities here with these tier 2 circuits. As everything goes off everywhere. Okay. Back to this. We need a... Okay, good. I have it saved up here. Hoppers, we have that. We have glass panes. We don't... Oh, we need energetic alloy. Okay. So I'm a little distracted. We're not going to be able to do that quite yet because we need the blast furnace. And I probably should have known that. So let's get a bunch of this stuff going. The Cooper nickel, I feel like I thought about that already. So let's see how much of these Cooper nickel coil blocks like a half stack makes, and that'll decide for us how much more we need to take care of. Let's go save everything we need real quick too. Save that, and that, and that. 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 I think I'm clicking the same one sometimes now. That. And 11 of these. Okay. So I think I have the stuff I need to make those green machine frames, the Invar ones. Let me go ahead and try to do these real quick. The heat-proof machine casings, which I believe I saved the Invar frames here. We have a wrench we can use in my inventory. Oops. And then each one of these makes 3, so times 3. I think that's fine. That's enough. Right, and then this. And that's also going to require a wrench. That's the 12 it called for. Meaning I may have made one batch of these too many, but we'll make more of these in the future. This is going to require 1 of them. 3 furnaces. Do 1 of these. Okay, a bunch of furnaces. I think I'm going to do assembly in here, honestly. Just keep things in any one of these. 1, 2, 3. We'll lock these in. One of these. A bunch of circuits, which we don't currently have, but that's alright. We're going to need several chests, so I think I'm going to do this recipe here to get a bunch of chests. Unexpected turn. I didn't think we'd have to be doing blast furnace today. I mean, I think I should have been able to know that from off camera, paying attention, but... Okay, LV machine casing. I want to say these require hulls. Yeah, hull, okay. Three, 2, 3. So that in bucket space, or glass, okay. Cool. So let us do that. We need this. One with a chest on top, input bus. One with a chest on bottom, output bus. One with glass on top, fluid input. One with glass on input, bottom, output. And I'm gonna put these in here for now. Also don't know why I have a two pieces of coal in there. What's up with that? There we go. 111 energy hatches. 2 of these, just tin cable. Okay. One, 2. We can craft these up real quick. Okay, then we have 2 more somewhat difficult crafts remaining before we have everything we need for this multi-block. Take the copper nickel. Let's, oops, not do that recipe. Okay, I think it wanted ×2 for this. Yeah, and then just a wrench in the middle. We'll fill in this one. 4, okay. And it wanted 16, so that was a half stack of copper nickel, meaning we need a whole nother stack and a half of copper nickel. Copper. We're gonna want 48 of this. And then 48 nickel, which I think we have, yeah. So let's just buy 2 stacks of nickel, or a stack of nickel real quick from the store shop. Nickel. Can spell, I promise. It just takes a few tries. Okay, and that's gonna be like this. I'm gonna get a whole stack of nickel ore, which we can then, if we want to express it, let's put the copper in there. We'll just bring our stuff. Sorry, gotta sort all that while it's still thinking of it. Wish I had that 2 pieces of coal I'd put away, I guess, now. And actually, you need 2 more. Wait for these to get up to 16 is all, and then we can, or actually no, more than that. What's half of this? 24. It's not so bad. All right, and that's all the copper nickel we need. It's just gonna take quite a while to smelt up now. Let's make a few more circuits in the meantime. Lock down all our recipes. Okay, we just have, so we need more of these. A couple more of these. And that's the 3 circuits here that we need, except it's not. What are we missing? Ah, red alloy wires. think those should be done over here too. Oh, no, I gotta throw them in. Okay, gonna try to be efficient. I got so much. I think that means we can make this guy. Now we just need what kind of wires for the bottom? Tin cable? Okay. 1, 2. We're gonna lock that one in just temporarily. Take, oops. That one out, but not save that one. Yet another one for the satchel in this case. With that taken care of, we can put away a little bit of stuff here. Put away these conduits for the moment. We don't really need those. This lever. Okay. Plenty of inventory space now. Let's keep the copper nickel, turn it into wires. Okay, and that's some more circuits we can make. We'll have to do another batch of that pretty soon. Crazy how much materials we need for this one multi-block, but it's gonna do quite a lot for us. Curious what ways there would be to like automate something like this. I don't know that there would be necessarily, but yeah, because none of these are exactly something you can just produce infinite amounts of. Yeah, no, none of those for sure. Okay. Well, nickel's one of those things we're just gonna have to buy then, or harvest lots of. Harvest, mine, whatever, you know, same thing. I actually feel like I made more. If I made more copper nickel than I need, whatever, we'll have to use these pretty soon on another thing too. It's like, it can't really hurt. Let's go find out real quick. Be kind of embarrassing if I get the math on this wrong, but oh no, I didn't, because these are gonna have to have the number of. I was thinking about it all wrong. Yeah, perfect. And we should have 6 more on its way. Alright, last little bit, gonna squeeze it through. Then squeeze it into wires. Or is that more of a stretch, I suppose, than a squeeze? All the same. Last one. There we go. All right. Sorry, I know it's probably like watching paint dry, but I never think to do everything off camera, so there we go. Coils. Bam. That's a big old quest. Look at that. We get an $1. Have you ever seen one of these before? Look at these. What are these even? They're used for some cool stuff. Like, because these ones can be used for like some pretty much normal ores and like some animals and stuff, but like nothing too special, honestly. And then on $1, we got the drill cores, which you can find from, and I'm gonna say we're not even close to like making one of these quite yet. Tool casing, what's that for? Oh, a flux bar. You'll end up needing one of these anyway. So if we ever want to make a drill, like just doing that, buying one of these, it's fine. But for now, it's quite out of scope, so throw all of these in there. And let's get this thing set up, I suppose, right? There's no sense waiting. 2, 3, we'll just let it be in this corner. Because it's a 3x3 multi-block, 3x3x4, which we did not leave for. There we go. And we're gonna have pretty much like that. Let me get all this stuff back out of here. This thing is the controller, right? The center part. We're gonna put it right there in the front. Just kind of makes sense. And something like that can go there. And that one can go there. Perfect. I'm gonna put the energy hatches there and there. And then I'm gonna need to dig out underneath these a little bit. Use a wrench. Face those downwards. We're going to need to run more of this cabling over here and think about that. But for now, we're just going to finish assembling it. Or maybe I should get... What is that stuff made out of again? Conductive iron. So just grab a stack of this. At least get it in here for now. So we'll be able to hook it up fast. Okay, fluid input. We put inputs on the right. So like that. Input bus for items. Like that. Fluid output. There. And item output. There. Now, all that's left to do is fill in these coil blocks. And you'll see that these are going to change colors. So they're going to change to match the color of the machine casings that like correspond to this level of machine, I suppose. If we look up here, it doesn't say invalid structure anymore. It's going to say that we're actually MV because we're using 2 input hatches that are LV, low voltage. So that actually makes it look way higher than it is, and that allows us to do some new recipes like energetic alloy, which I believe we're going to need the mixer for, but we have the mixer. What does it want for, let's see. Yeah, how do I do this? Oh yeah, energetic blend, glowstone. Which I get how without going to the nether? Is there a way? Oh, gold dust and phosphor. Just because sulfur, phosphor. What happens if I smelt this? Kind of just want to know real quick, so I'm gonna put coal in there. Phosphor? Yeah, okay. So let's get like half a stack. And then we're going to need half a stack of gold, which we're going to have to macerate. And I don't mind doing this because we have so much at the moment. And I'm trying to see if I can do this without going to the nether, or if like I do go to the nether, I'm going to do it a very certain way. Because like when I did it alone, I technically cheesed it. Like they tell you, hey, if you go to the nether that with using a traditional portal, like it's not really the way the pack's meant to go. So I'm going to try to avoid it for now. Then anyway, the energetic alloy then gets just more gold again, eventually, so I'll keep that on us. Shoot, it was this. You're done. And I didn't quite think about how long that's going to take. Put all that in there. Okay, and then eventually that should basically be done. We're going to get a bunch of that stuff, and then in the blast furnace, we just have to put both these into the input bus, and we'll get one of these in the output bus, and it'll take 20 seconds per ingot. In the meantime, we need to get cabling over to that monster of a machine. Yeah, I like it a lot, so it's pretty cool. What's nice is that the blast furnace, like these parts of it, will always remain the same, these casings. The only thing that changes is, well, at least I think you can use higher tier ones, but like you can use these lower tier ones, and I don't think it matters much. The only thing that's going to really change is that these Cooper nickel coils we can upgrade. So if we look at if we just look up coil block, there's a lot in here. Cooper nickel coil, level 1, energy discount 1, heat 18K, 1800K. If we look at Canthal coil block, we instantly go up to 2700K. We get, when the one used in multi-smelter, get level 2, energy discount 1. So electric blast furnace, all it lets us do is get hotter and hotter, right? So we can process more materials. In the multi-smelter, which is like a big old multi-block furnace, we get faster and faster smelting, which is nice, and lower energy come the end of it here. Get all the way to Naquada. I don't know how to say that. Hopefully I'll learn it by the end of this pack. I didn't realize quite what our glowstone rate would be too. I didn't realize we'd be getting double. I don't really know that we'll need the glowstone for anything, so I'm tempted just to turn it all into energetic blend, if I'm being honest. I think we'll use a lot of energetic blend. That means needing to put that there. Okay, and let that finish its job. Keep this wire mill fed, and just gonna craft as much of this up as we can. Oh, I forgot to wrap all of this with rubber. Oh boy. Good to know that got us quite a few though. And then let's get a whole new stack of rubber. So nice, just have all this on demand. Okay, let that just catch up. The perfect amount right there. Now we just need to craft these up into the big boy cables that they are born to be. Okay, I think that's enough to span us over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and just a couple cables shy. Which is alright, because we already have just about enough to finish it off, I'm sure. We'll only need like one more 2 times, and that'll be everything, so. That in there, not like that. Yep, and that's the last one we needed. If you look, this thing now, idling, it's got power in those, which is important. And we can start running it actually, because this is got a full stack here. All right. That's doing its thing. If you look, it has a progress bar. And beyond that, there's really not much of a way to show that it's going, but let me assure you it is. Here in the item output hatch. Did it? There you go. Energetic alloy. Our first one. Another quest down. Meaning we can now make better energy conduits by turning this stuff into wire. It's also demonstrating how we'll get to the next tier eventually, but this also, the blast furnace lets us process just aluminum by putting aluminum dust in, and we happen to have a ton of aluminum here. So I think I'll queue this up for crafting a little bit later when this is all taken care of. So it'll still prioritize the energetic blend. And with this coming in, I think that's what we needed for the loot fabricator. Right, we just need to wait on a couple more of those, and in the meantime we can get another dark machine hull coming along. As soon as we make some more wrought iron plates. Just compress up some of those. Can finish off all of this. That's one more 16x cable right here taken care of. I don't know how we got this extra one, this little oddball, but for now he's just going to go in there because I don't really want to have to deal with it. I don't know if we're going to have any more LV like machine setups here, but I guess I can just simply plop this guy down right here where it would be if we do in the meantime. I'm hoping we don't. I'm hoping we don't have very many more LV machines. Because with aluminum being processed, we are essentially on to MV tier. Okay, let me clear out JEI. We don't need a lot of this stuff anymore. Take all of those. Take a hopper out of here, because we got tons of those. Grab it. A singular glass pane, which I keep extras of here. So that, and extra glass pane, got it. Machine casing and double circuits. Okay, now we just need that machine hull, like I was saying. And do we have dark steel on hand by chance? We do. That's gonna need to turn into plates as well. I think that's enough of that for a second. So we need all those to be done. Plates are going to go in there, and that's going to give us another LV machine hull, which we can upgrade to a dark steel machine hull with the completion of those plates, which we're going to have to wait on for just a minute, and that's all right. This energetic blend, I don't know that we use it for anything else, but for now I'm just going to leave it in there. And we'll eventually probably need more of this stuff, so that's when we'll take care of it. In the meantime, though... Oh, that's where all the extra came from. Don't worry, then. We will grab you out of here and try to finish you off. I'll keep it in my inventory as a reminder. Compressor's done. We have our dark steel. Just gonna wrap this guy. Okay. Dark steel machine hull, plop it in, get loot fabricator out. And that is a big win right there, my friends, let me tell you. Because, as I will now demonstrate, we're gonna put this guy here, this guy here, data model in you, and we're going to put the pristine matter in there. We can select what reward, essentially, we want. So we're going to tell it to turn that pristine matter into iron. And lastly, do I have enough for an energy conduit? What is that even? Energy conduit. This basic tier is going to require that stuff. What if we upgrade it real quick? We upgrade our energy conduit. I don't see a reason not to do that by turning a couple of these into wires. Okay, so that's going to give us some higher tier wires, and let's just disconnect this for a second. Man, did I really not have any more of those? Well, how did I only end up even getting two? Two's such a weird number. Right? Because is that what it makes? It makes 3. So I'm missing one of these, but for now, we're going to just do this recipe with some conduit binder. And that'll get us more. Oops. Balance all that. Okay, up to 6 until I find that missing one somewhere. So let's just hook all of our machines up. In case you're wondering why I did that, it's going to convert this pristine zombie matter we accrued a bunch of into iron, meaning I shouldn't have to buy iron anymore. So that's going to be some of our metals taken care of, since that's pretty much the only way to automate a lot of these metals. We'll take that, take these quests, just accept them all real quick. I think I have one in the early game for these wires. So we'll go back to what one of those quests said in a second, since it wasn't as simple as, this one isn't as simple as just a, hey, make this. We got quite some good, what's it called? We have some good information in here. Enduro and thermal alloys are a bit more expensive than normal wires, but they come with the huge advantage of being lossless, Lossy cables like tin and copper will bleed out energy for every block that they travel from the source, but lossless ones do not. It then tells us for every tier of energy what the lossless cable is, because if we were to use a... Remember, the tier is important because that will determine whether it can handle the voltage going through it. If we were to hook up conductive iron to medium voltage, it would incinerate the wire. So this is the breakdown right there. That's pretty much all it's telling us, and not to touch uncovered cables, such and such. Yeah. We got all that. Interesting. This is actually going down. Is it? Yeah, it is. I wonder if it's because we have, like, do we have both these running? Because this is trying to replenish the aluminum. This is, actually, it's all done replenishing that. Oh, it's because this thing's going. Yeah, this thing's a monster when it comes to power. So it's gonna, we're just gonna have to rely on this buffer to get us through every time, you know, we're not using the blast furnace. So that's all right. Keep in mind, it's running as if it's like medium voltage, like 8 machines or something practically, maybe running off this. But we're gonna keep getting tons of that, help us advance into the medium voltage age. I call them ages. I know that's technically not like the right idea there. We can also start making some of these. So I think I'm gonna make these off camera to upgrade our power coming in. That would help us process some of our sugarcane faster and not fall behind as fast on power, which will be important with, as you can see, how much we're going to be tanking. All right, and I think that's pretty much where I want to call this one today for sure. I mean, I've done a lot in this one, but we have a good stream of iron coming in, which makes me very happy. And if I make some more of these data models, you'll see that, like, for the spider one, right, you can get this, and then this gives you copper. You can, for the skeleton one, I think you get from here, you get tin, right? Skeleton. I kind of like that. I think that's where it came from anyway. Creeper gives you any metals? Oh yeah, coal and gunpowder, which are good. Coal's good to have coming in. Guardian, gold probably, yep. Thermal guys, you get the thermal powders, I believe, the rods, yep. And some obsidian dust, which can come in. Some of these stuff could be pretty good, I feel like, just to have coming in. And then this one will give you redstone and glowstone. I mean, this one's going to be important for energetic blend. And sugar, you know, nice to have, but not as important when we have this much sugar cane coming in. Similarly, we will want to go up this tree and kind of get some of these better ones. Once we get the Enderman model, we can essentially keep these running infinitely. There's like a processing chain like these we can make that'll just keep the polymer clay coming in all the time. And yeah, can't wait to get to that point. In the meantime, though, I've just been talking for quite a minute now, so thank you all for watching. This has been Something Wong playing Omnifactory, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Don't forget to like, subscribe, you know, leave a comment. Really helps a guy out. And let me know if you're enjoying the content. So I'm having a lot of fun playing this pack. Highly recommend you guys try it out. If machines are your thing, keep in mind, no magic mods in this one. However, there are versions of gregtech that do have them, like gregtech New Horizons. Though it's a tough, older pack, there's some good ones. So, you know, just keep an eye out. And thank you guys all. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.